Hi everybody, welcome back. I did not really want to make this video today because I just don't feel really pretty. We went to the beach today and it was a ton of fun. The beach that we go to has like a natural river that comes out and it like mixes with the ocean, so it like cleans the ocean. 'Cause where I live, some of the oceans are kind of dirty. Not some of the oceans, you know what I mean? Some of the beaches. So I like this one because it like kind of flushes each other out and cleans it, and it has like a park right on the beach. So it was like that was like so much fun, and Josh wanted to be at the park like the whole time, which was good except for the two times that once he ran into the parking lot, and then the second time he tried to run into the road. So of course that's scary. Don't want that happening. I had him have his life jacket on the whole time because last time we were there, he kept trying to drown himself. And like he just jumped in the water and he's smiling and like drowning, and this is crazy. So tonight I'm having my little bit of wine, little red Moscato. I'm hoping that this video actually plays because the last 2 to 3 videos that I didn't upload on my phone, so I think I didn't have enough space or something. So we're gonna see if this one works. If it doesn't, I might give up. So welcome back to Talk and Smoke with Hope. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. Starting with Friday, we went to the pool. We had lunches. We went to the pool. Then we went to the amusement park after dark. And Josh got to see all the lights and the kids got to ride on the rides. Then today, I kind of slept in a little bit. And then we went to the beach. And it was nice. The weather was beautiful. It was like overcast, but not too overcast. Like the sun was still shining really good, and it was like a nice breeze. So it was a little like, you know how you get like a little chilly because the water was like really nice, and it was like warm in some areas and like cooler, not cold, but like cooler in other areas. And I think that has to do with like the river. And we caught a crab. I have him in my cooler. I showed you guys because I made a video of us at the beach, but my phone said could not, I didn't even like take it. I don't know. So I was disappointed because I wanted to show you my crab. And I have my sister here for the week. She's my little sister. She is 14. And she goes to the police academy because she wants to be a police officer one day. Actually, I think she wants to work in CSI. She's like obsessed and she's so cute. But I have 5 biological brothers and sisters, 2 adopted. Not like, oh, that's my adopted. No, like my actually adopted brother and sister. The funny thing is, both my oldest brother and my youngest brother have the same name, so it gets like a little confusing. Just trying to chill, relax, smoke my cigarette. I haven't smoked in a while. So we lost Josh's cane again today. Oh, fun, fun. We found it. We were lucky. Last 2 times that we lost it, people tried to steal it. I don't know why. They think it's cute or something. They want to show people, look at this little cane I found. Isn't it adorable? That thing, meanwhile, cost a couple $100 that I can't replace. So I'm trying to like not use the same subjects that I've already used. The problem is I don't know what subjects I've used because those videos that I tried to upload didn't upload, so I have to go back and rewatch and see what I've already said, but I've been talking about relationships, and my ex-boyfriend, not my ex-husband, my ex-boyfriend, he's the father of my youngest. We have a pretty good co-parenting relationship, and we do a lot of things together, like going to the beach and going to the amusement park. And I'm really happy that I have somebody that can co-parent with me and be like copacetic with everything, you know? Because that's the hardest part, I think. If a father is either absent, like my ex, or too involved, like some people, and they want to argue about everything. So I feel extremely lucky to have my ex as as the father of my child, who will also help raise my other two children, and they call him dad. And they call the bio dad by his name because they're not comfortable with calling some weirdo they just met dad. So I let, in my video, Meet the Bio Dad, I talked a little bit about my ex and how I was nervous. I didn't really know if I was going to have them visit or not. And people were telling me that I was wrong. I was in the wrong. But my whole theory is based on the kids, not on him. Like, he doesn't deserve it, but the kids deserve it to get at least to meet him. Because, I mean, the guy's in jail. He just recently went back to jail. And he's not a good person, really. So I know people say, well, why would you even, like, put them in that situation? Why would you even have them meet him if he's not a good person? Well, my ex-husband has a serious heart condition. His father died at 55, and his grandmother died in her 40s. So he's already had a couple heart attacks. He had one when he was 22, 23, 25. I think he was around 24, 25. And he had his first heart attack, and he didn't even know. He just kept working. And he came home, and he's like, I don't feel well. So he went to the doctors, and they're like, go to the ER right now. You had a heart attack. And that was fun, dealing with him with that. But, so, long story short, he has a heart condition called cardiomyopathy, and it's where your lower left ventricle never stops growing. Like, when you're a teenager, your heart stops growing, but there's that one section doesn't stop growing. So it can result in heart attack, stroke, all that good stuff. So that's my theory, is that he might not be around. He might die, or he might be in jail for the rest of his life, or go back to jail. And I don't know if he was in a good place then when I allowed him to see the kids, and he wasn't, when I saw him, he wasn't on a lot of drugs. So I, felt him out, seen like what he was about, and decided that it was in the kids' best interest to get to meet him. So we went to the McDonald's Playscape. And Arissa, being Arissa, she was like all happy for the attention. So she was like really excited. But Josh was like, whatever, don't care, just let me go play. And, my ex wanted to give him a hug, and she's like, can I have a hug, Joshy? And Joshy's like, I'm like, he does not have to hug you if he doesn't want to, because I don't make my kids do that. If they don't want to hug somebody, they do not have to. Nice red wine. I think I like white too sometimes. But I just chose this one because I thought my friend was going to drink Moscato with me. But we ended up drinking something else. And you can see that on her video, Melisandra Lopez. I want to give a shout out to all you beautiful ladies that have been encouraging me. Thank you, because sometimes I feel like nobody cares. Nobody really wants to see what a normal person is like. I'm not crazy. I don't have like this out there personality. I do have an out there personality, but not like that. I'm not like, oh, okay, let's be funny today. I think I'm a little more serious than that. And hopefully there are people out there that are like-minded and enjoy my videos and enjoy hearing me talk. So I had a great weekend, which is really good because I'm so stressed out and I'm trying not to be stressed out about everything. Um, Trying to save that for Monday, which is the day after tomorrow. Then I'm gonna stress out then. But we're really struggling right now, and they took me off cash assistance because my son's doctor was like, I don't know, they lost the paperwork, then they sent in the paperwork, then the state never got the paperwork, and so now I'm off of cash assistance. And hopefully I know there's a work program, so I'm going to try to get on the work program. I don't mind working. I'm just like concerned about Joshua because he just bit Cheyenne today, my sister. He bit her today. He bites people. He gets like really upset, and so I mean, you could hear him talking, and I try to encourage his talking, but he is a little bit behind, a lot behind actually. He just started talking like last year. So that's like my concern is that he can't tell me, Mom, the caretakers are being mean to me or anything like that. Like, he can't tell me that. He doesn't have the words to tell me that. So I get nervous about putting him in daycare, especially with his behavioral issues. Because my biggest fear is that he bites another child. That's a huge fear of mine. He bit Arissa and made her bleed. Like, it was so bad. I was like freaking out. Well, like, what do you do in that situation? How do you punish somebody? Take away his phone, put him on the stairs. But how do you punish somebody that you can't get through to, That he knows he's not supposed to bite, but he gets so frustrated in the moment that he forgets and then he bites somebody. I don't know if any of you have children that are biters or fighters, but it's difficult, especially having a special needs child. And he's not just special needs because he's blind, but he has a learning disability, which is what his psychologist, that was their label that they stuck on him. So, yeah, there's that. The big elephant in the closet, I guess. Joshua biting. So, man, I forgot what I was going to say. That ever happened to you? Yeah. So this is my look today. I have a tiger dress on. My hair just pulled back. Not really have any makeup on or anything. That's my OTTD outfit of the day. And this is my look of the day. My just got out of bed, going to the beach look. And yeah, relationships. We all have them with different people, and sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad, and sometimes they're just mediocre, but I really just want to be in a relationship where we have mutual respect. And I don't know, when I first started dating my ex, like, all I wanted was a nice guy. That's all I wanted. I didn't have like any other, like, I didn't know, like, I didn't have enough confidence in myself because I was so brought down by my ex. I mean, it was really bad. And he was really abusive, like mentally, emotionally, and physically abusive. And I didn't think that it was abusive because he didn't hit me for like 7 years into our relationship. And so it was just like emotional and financial, that kind of thing. And then he hit me, and he hit me one time. And so I thought, I'm not being in an abused relationship because he only hit me one time. Then a year goes by and he hits me another time. And then 6 months go by, I get smacked around. And it slowly built like that. There would be times where it go years without getting hit. But by the end, I was definitely getting hit a lot. And even while I was pregnant with Josh, he choked me and choked me out. He pushed me into the sink while I was doing dishes. Those are the two things that I remember. Because I don't like some things I don't remember, and I guess I have to find out why I don't remember some things. Because I guess that's not normal. I thought it was normal. You just don't remember some things, But I guess it's because I was so abused that my brain just shut down part of my brain. And I don't know, sometimes it's really hard to talk about because it's such a personal, private thing. And I just want to share with the world, like, my story, because I want people to know that abuse can be so minor, like, feel so minor, not be minor. It can feel so minor, and it can feel like it's not really abuse because he doesn't do this or he doesn't do that, but it's abuse. Abuse is abuse. And I think more of us need to take a stand on it and talk about it so that other women and men even get educated, because sometimes we think people that have the strongest relationship don't. They have the worst relationship. And when you're in an abusive relationship, it's like a drug, because nobody loves you more than an abusive person, because they are up your ass. And when they care about you and they take care of you, they really take care of you and take care of you. Like, draw you bubble baths and, make sure that your heart isn't hurting and buy you special food or like whatever it is that is part of the honeymoon phase. So I just want to be open about my life. I don't have anything to hide anyways, because I really just don't care. People know. But some of the stuff that I've gone through, I care because it's really embarrassing and really raw. I think sometimes that I'll never get over it. And some days I feel like I can get over it. But it's hard because I want to forgive him for myself, but I have not been able to forgive him. And I've tried so hard to forgive him. But sometimes there are things that are done that are unforgivable. And sorry, my glasses are slipping. Yeah, sometimes some things that are done to you are just unforgivable. And I want to say to those people out there that feel the same way I do, it's okay. Be easy on yourself. It'll come when it comes, and maybe you won't ever be able to forgive that person, and that's okay too. So that's basically, what I tell myself is, it's okay, Jay. It's okay. It's okay that you can't forgive him. It's okay that you're still mad. It's okay that you still want to punch him in the face, throat punch him, pow. But I just feel like all the emotions that come with it are all okay, because it's healthy. It's healthy to have strong feelings of not wanting to be around this person or forgive this person or anything like that. The wine is gone, but my cigarettes are still here. So, what is some of the funnest things that you like to do with your children? what are some of the things that you guys like to do on the weekends or the weekdays? Because I know some of you work weekends. Maybe you'll give me a few ideas. Going to the beach, going to amusement park, going to the um, zoo. Those are all things that we've done. Go to the fairs, go to the park, go on nature walks. I love nature walks. Which I wanted to walk out to this island that was out there. And again, I'm so mad that you guys don't get to see that. Um, there was a like an island. The tide was out, like completely out, and again, it's not like completely out because you have the river, so we still could swim. But there's an island way out there, and I wanted to walk to it, but Josh just was not having it, and he was just crying and saying no, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back. The rest of you go, have fun, and he kept saying, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. That like just kills me when he says that, you know? But I don't think he just didn't want to go, honestly. But maybe he was scared. I don't know. There was like some sharp like rocks and stuff, so I think that might have been it. And maybe that's why he didn't want to come out with us. But it was fun other than basically it was okay, except it was good except for those two times that he like ran off, and of course he says, I'm sorry, I never do it again. And I was like, Joshua, you can't go to the park anymore because you don't listen. I never do it again. He's so cute. But you have to realize, like, yeah, you're cute, but I prefer you to be alive. Yeah, because it scares me. I don't want him running in the street. So we had to leave after that. Which, I mean, it was 4 hours, so I mean, that's pretty good for our family, I think. So I just try to be like, no expectations, you know, and then I'll be thrilled with what happens, especially when you have special needs child. You really have to lower your expectations of what you're going to accomplish, what you're going to do that day, where you're gonna go. I have to plan extra time in case Josh has a little freak out. But I'm really good at being on time. That's why we leave so extra early so that we are on time. I hate being late. My mom was always late for everything, and except for church. And that always like as a kid, that would like be so embarrassing. I would be like the last person to be picked up from school because my mom was like always late and stuff. So I make sure that I'm never late because I don't like lateness. So I plan accordingly, and I try to prepare Joshua accordingly. Sometimes I find going on the forums for autism is helpful because it's a sensory deprivation, um, from my understanding. So correct me if I am wrong, but my understanding is that that is part of that. And I know that autistic children and blind children do a lot of the same stimming activities because when you are blind, you don't get that stimulation. Like, it's incredible how much stimulation that we get through our eyesight. And so when you're blind, you don't have that stimulation, so you look for it elsewhere. And that's like the rocking, the flapping of the hands. Sometimes it could be licking things. What else? Josh used to really flap his hands a lot when he was stimming. But luckily, he grew out of that. But I was watching a video on my forum of parents with blind children, and they were going so hard about this kid that touched faces. And they're saying how wrong it was that the kid was touching somebody's face, and that they need to be acclimated to normal behaviors, which I totally agree. That's why, like the stimming thing, I usually try to stop him so that he seems normal. You know, like not with the not with like the harmful stems, you know, or the stems that make people uncomfortable. Like turning in circles is a stem, and I think that's okay. But I was like really upset because this lady was going so hard about blind kids don't touch and stuff, and my son touches people's faces, and I think that's wrong to take that away from a blind person. That you, it's not normal, so it's not acceptable, so we're not going to let you do that because sighted people don't do that. Well, that's good for sighted people, but if you're a blind person and you want to touch somebody's face and the other person's okay with it, then I don't see the problem, and I don't see why we all need to get into a huge argument about it. It was a huge argument. Because we do try to keep our kids, you know, as normal as possible. But I think in that situation, it was okay. You know, it was this kid that was touching his favorite soccer player's face, and it was so cute and beautiful. And then these people had to come in and just be like asinine about it and say that this somebody please teach this kid how to shake hands. Like, how ridiculous is that? Then they're going into the kid's history because he lost his eyesight at 7 instead of being born blind, and like, I don't know. It was crazy, and I didn't comment because I was like, I don't like fighting. I knew if I commented, it was gonna start like this whole like war thing, and I'm just not about that. You know, I just want to get along, and I want everybody to like be able to talk about their children and their children's issues or whatever without having other people say how wrong they are. And I mean, I guess you get it everywhere, you know. There's always going to be somebody that's going to say this and somebody who's going to say that, and you're going to either agree or you're going to disagree. But I don't like how like attacky people get. They get so like attacking, and it's just not for me. There's just so much hatred in this world that we need to be more loving and love our fellow man and not be so attacking. And especially, I think women are really bad at that. We're really like eager to take other women down, and that bothers me a lot because I really feel like we women should support each other and not take each other down. So yeah, that's where I am on that. That's where I stand on that. So my video is hopefully going to load, and you guys can see it tonight or tomorrow because it's already like 12:30. So by the time it loads, it'll be like tomorrow. And I hope you all had a great weekend, and I will see you on the flip side.